Long before Robert Lewandowski was a Bundesliga legend or a Barcelona striker, Anna Lewandowska was already watching closely, not from the stands as a fan, but as a fellow elite athlete who recognized something rare in the quiet, intensely focused young striker she had just begun dating. Anna was herself a three-time Polish karate champion and a certified sports nutritionist, a woman whose own discipline and competitive drive made her not just a partner to Robert, but a genuine equal in every sense of the word. They met when Robert was still carving his name into Polish football, long before the world knew it, and what developed between them was a partnership anchored in shared obsession with excellence, health, and the relentless pursuit of being better. She did not wait for his success to arrive before committing. She walked alongside the ambition before the rewards came, which is precisely why their bond carries a weight and an authenticity that is rarely found at the summit of world football. Anna Lewandowska is today one of the most recognized women in Polish sport and wellness, but her story with Robert began not in the spotlight, but in the quiet early mornings of two athletes who simply refused to be ordinary. In June 2013, Robert Lewandowski and Anna Lewandowska were married in a ceremony held in Sarok, Poland, that was intimate by celebrity standards but deeply personal in every detail, a reflection of two people who have always guarded their private world carefully, even as the public world has grown more insistent in its curiosity. The wedding was attended by close family and friends, photographed beautifully, and spoken about in Poland with the kind of warmth usually reserved for national events, because in many ways that is exactly what it was. Two of the country's most admired sporting figures choosing each other in front of the people who mattered most. Anna wore a gown of quiet elegance. Robert, for once, looked genuinely nervous, which somehow made the moment feel even more real. What struck those present and those who later saw the images was not the grandeur, but the sincerity. Two athletes at the beginning of what would become a decade of shared achievement, standing in front of each other and making a promise that has, by every visible account, been kept faithfully every day since. The wedding was not the beginning of their story, it was simply the moment they made it official for the world. Robert Lewandowski, a man famous for precision, discipline, and an almost mechanical consistency in front of goal, turns into something noticeably softer the moment his daughters come into the world, and the world has been privileged to catch glimpses of that transformation on social media, in post-match interviews, and in the rare family moments the Lewandowskis choose to share publicly. Clara, born in May 2017, was the first to arrive and the first to reorder Robert's entire understanding of what truly mattered. Laura, born in June 2020, completed the picture, arriving during a pandemic year that, despite everything, Robert has described as one of the most beautiful of his life. Both girls have inherited their parents' striking features and, judging by early footage, a boldness of character that suggests two more competitive spirits are being quietly raised in the Lewandowski household. Robert has spoken in interviews about how fatherhood fundamentally changed his relationship with pressure, how walking into a dressing room before a Champions League match feels different when you know two small people at home are simply excited to see their dad, regardless of the scoreline. Clara and Laura are not props in a lifestyle narrative. They are, by every indication, the truest source of joy in a life that has been built on achievement, and that distinction matters enormously. While Robert was rewriting the Bundesliga scoring record at Bayern Munich, Anna was quietly building a business empire of her own that would eventually make her one of Poland's most influential wellness entrepreneurs. Her brand, Fight Club by Anne, grew from a fitness blog and personal training philosophy into a fully fledged lifestyle company encompassing online fitness programs, nutrition plans, a cookbook series, sportswear collections, and a dedicated app with hundreds of thousands of active users across Europe. She published her first book, Body Champion, to considerable commercial success, and followed it with further titles that blended sports science, nutrition, and motivational philosophy in a voice that felt earned rather than borrowed. What makes Anna's professional journey so compelling in the context of this family story is that it was never built in Robert's shadow. It was built in parallel, on its own terms, with its own audience, its own identity, and its own considerable achievements. The Lewandowski household is not one where one career subsidizes another. It is a household where two highly driven individuals have independently constructed legacies and then chosen every day to come home to each other. The Lewandowski family's social media presence is curated but warm, a carefully maintained window into a life that looks, even under scrutiny, genuinely happy. There are the birthday posts where Robert kneels to Clara's height with a cake between them and a smile that no press photographer could manufacture. The holiday images from the Maldives or Mallorca where Anna and the girls are sunlit and laughing, and Robert looks like a man who cannot quite believe this is his life. There are training videos where Anna puts Robert through nutrition protocols with the authority of someone who has studied the science for 2 decades, and there are the quieter moments, bedtime stories mentioned in interviews, morning routines described in podcasts, that paint a picture of a family where presence is considered a non-negotiable priority, despite the weight of global fame pressing on every schedule. Perhaps the moment that captured the internet's collective heart most completely was a video of Robert celebrating a goal and then immediately mimicking his daughter's gesture. A small private language between father and child translated into a stadium of thousands and then the world. At the root of everything the Lewandowski family represents, the achievements, the businesses, the beautiful children, and the enduring partnership, is a value system that both Robert and Anna have articulated clearly and consistently over the years. That excellence without purpose is hollow, and that the people you come home to are the only real measure of a life well built. They established the RL Foundation together, a charitable initiative focused on supporting underprivileged children in Poland through sport and education, channeling a portion of their considerable combined wealth toward giving young people access to the opportunities that shaped them both. Robert has funded football academies. Anna has contributed wellness and nutrition programs. Together, they have created something that carries their names but serves children who will never know either of their faces. What the Lewandowski family ultimately offers the world is not just a vision of athletic success or lifestyle aspiration. It is a portrait of two people who built something real, who protected it carefully through years of pressure and travel and public scrutiny, and who have managed, against considerable odds, to raise a family that looks every bit as extraordinary as the careers that made it possible. That, more than any goal or medal, is the achievement that will endure. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notifications bell for more gist and stories on your favorite celebrities. Until the next one, please stay tuned.